What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James, adoptionagency.com, urban-picker.com, 24 years selling full-time on eBay. We're going to get into the numbers, month to date so far, also year to date. Also, we'll get into that. But since there are more and more people making noise about this, I want to bring it up one more time in this video, and that is the new updated promoted eBay rules that are going into effect on January 13th, I think it is, and how wrong and messed up it is. So I want to just talk more about that because there's so many people I like the fact that there are a lot of people being noisy about this. So again, I think it's unethical what they're doing. I believe it's like a false, what did I call it? Like when it comes to, it's just giving a false reading of the bottom line, if you will, because they're not, it's not increasing anything other than our fees. It's not helping sellers in any way. It's not helping buyers in any way. And it's only benefiting eBay shareholders. So I feel it's just a false indication of the bottom line numbers, right? It's kind of like a manipulation, if you will. False, I forget the term I used before, and it's just not right. It's dirty. It's honestly just a dirty way of running a business. Normally when businesses want to grow and care about their customers, which we are eBay's customers because we sell on their platform, you do things to benefit your customers. And also it will benefit you as a company. But this decision does not do that. It only benefits the bottom line of eBay. That's all that it benefits, nothing else. It doesn't drive more traffic to the website. It doesn't drive more traffic to sellers. And it's just straight up wrong. I read in a comment, and I had thought about it and forgot. I think I forgot on the last video, but this is a very, when I comp prices, I don't click on promoted listings because I just respect the promoted listing. So when I'm doing comps, I try to make sure I don't do that. Well, here's the thing. If sellers are out there comping things and they just happen to click on a promoted listing, now that listing will be charged the promoted price when it sells, no matter who buys it. This opens up a gate to a lot of manipulation. Any seller could go into their competition and just click on everything, so that seller, when it does sell, they're going to get charged more. You could literally probably put somebody out of business. Now, it's almost like the way Amazon was set up when I was selling on it. Like, you could be a seller on Amazon and report another seller saying they're selling counterfeit items when you didn't even buy anything from them, and they could lose their account. It's the same thing. Not as drastic measures at the end, but a competitor could go in there and just click everything. Hell, there's probably programs that do that. And you could just set it up to click every item in this person's store, that when it sells, no matter what, they're going to get charged that extra promoted fee. So it's opening up a door for total manipulation. And that's not good. Again, I personally don't understand how this is legal, but I'm not a legal expert by any means. But it's not technically promoted. It's just an added extra fee. Because a person can buy it, you get charged promoted, but yet they didn't see your promotion. They didn't see the advertisement. So that's technically not promoted. Of course, I don't read the small print, so I'm sure they covered their butt somehow, in the small prints. But from an ethics standpoint, it's just dirty. It's wrong. And it gives eBay another black eye in the eyes, at least from the seller standpoint. Yeah, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look at all. Like, who runs a business like that? Dirty people do, in my eyes. Dirty people do. We're supposed to care about our customers as sellers. eBay should care about their customers, which are the sellers. But when you get so big and you're the top dog in this space, if you will, in what they do, you can get away with a lot of stuff. And I've said it before, you can only get away with this stuff for so long before it's going to start kicking you in the ass. But you know what? I'm sure the CEO's already wealthy. He won't need to work the rest of his life anyway, so it doesn't really matter, right? All he cares about is delivering money to the shareholders. Again, what am I going to do about it? Well, here's the thing. Most of my items already are at a 70-30 split. That's what 65 to 70, 65, 35, 70, 30 split. Promoted, 70, organic, 30. What's going to happen when this happens? Is it just going to be 100% promoted sales? I'm already at a 7-30 split. I don't see it going up to an 80-20. I've been at 80-20. I could probably click on some and see 80-20 just because of those days when my organic for some reason is buried. Hell, I've even had 90-10 before when there's been problems or seemingly problems with the website. So am I just going to go 100% promoted at this point? Like I said, I am just, as of the best thing ever would be everybody turn it off, but that's not realistic. That's not going to happen because you can't reach everybody. You're thinking small if you think you can, right? The people who watch this video or any content creators videos saying the same thing is very small compared to the number of sellers on eBay. So thinking you're going to get everybody to do it, it's not going to happen. But I am lowering my percentage. Now, what's that number on eBay's backside that will say, hey, this was a bad idea, right? They've already done this in other countries, so they know what they're doing. They've probably seen positive results on their end, on their bottom line. So they've already done the research. But what is that number that say, 50% of sellers drop their percentage by 50%? Would that put that bottom line going down instead of up, right? What's that cutoff? We don't know that number. People, you may not be able to get everybody to shut it off, but you're going to get a good number of people to shut it off. Then you're going to get a good number of people to lower their percentage. Is that going to be enough to sway that bottom? What was that? To sway that bottom line. That's what we'll find out. I'm sure the U.S. eBay market is, I would guess, a lot bigger than, say, Germany, where this was tested. We got, I think, the biggest economy in the world. So if it worked for Germany and that bottom line, that bottom number it still went up, will it be different on a bigger economy if more people react? That's to be seen. I've already lowered my clothing store by 2%. And then next month, I'm going to drop it down another 2%. So that'll be 4% down. It's better to do, it seems like it's better to do things in stages, because you do seem to get punished for lowering stuff, and then it kind of evens back out. So I went down a little bit. Like, I think on my clothing store is down this month, when, you know, this time of year it should be going up. Yeah, down 10.6%. So I've been holding there. But there's something weird going on with the clothing store. Like, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of just about the same amount of money. When that happens, that kind of pattern, there's usually something else going on the back end. And as I said, this account's acting funny anyway. On the media store, I have not changed anything yet, and I'm up 11.6 over last month. So my goal here is to probably next month drop it down a couple of percent and see what go from there, and just start working this store backwards also. Again, if I drop it another, it's hard to use the clothing store as an example because there's something going on the back end. But if I drop this by 2%, my media store, and then it balances back out, then drop it another 2%, then it balances back out. Well, I'm going to keep going, right? I'll go all the way down to 0 if that's what it takes, and I can get the numbers I want, and it balances back out, right? So that probably won't happen at 0, obviously, but I'm going to go backwards. I have to go backwards, more than likely. Like I said, we're not really going to know until the change is implemented to see the actual results of it. But you can get a kind of, what's going to happen, right? It's going to go up. It's just how much is it going to go up? And that's probably going to depend on what you sell, what you promote at, and your pricing. So, meaning, are you competitive on the low end? So people who search the low dollar stuff, lowest first, what are the results? So it's going to vary depending on each seller individually. So, again, it's ethically not right. It's messed up. And I do hope this is the final straw that comes back and kicks somebody in the butt and creates change. Because when it's a change that you don't like, but there's some benefit, at least a little bit of a benefit to the seller, it's easier to swallow. This has no benefit to anybody but eBay's bottom line. So if they, for some reason, decided to take off-site ads back and start promoting off-site again that we didn't have to, I might be okay with the balance, right? Because you're getting something in return, even though it's something you originally had before and they took away. At least it would be easier to swallow. So, all right, enough about that. But I just want to talk about it again, just to keep the voices going. So, feel free to comment below on this video and make your own videos and make your voice heard. And if you do decide to make a video, think about it from a non-emotional standpoint. facts that more facts than feelings, if you will. So, all right, let's get into yesterday's numbers. And this is why I haven't changed the media store yet. You'll see today. All right. So only listed 107 items yesterday. What did I do yesterday? I don't even know what the hell I did yesterday. What did I do? I feel like I didn't do nothing. I don't know. All right. So runs sold for the month so far, or for the week, 496 items. Sold 78 items on the media store yesterday. 18 items on the clothing store, same as the day before. 96 items total sold yesterday. Runs sold 376 items. Money made on the media store yesterday, $742. Clothing store, again, $263. This is not normal. That's why I said there's something going on that backside on that account. So yesterday, $1,005 made. For the week so far, $4,419. Month to date. Date to month to date. Media store, $3,245. Clothing store, $1,291. Total of $4,536 for the month so far, first 5 days. Year to date, $145,847 on the media store, $88,440 on the clothing store, bringing the year to date $234,287. So that is where I am right now. And with the media store, that's why I haven't lowered it yet, because that store is going to benefit more for fourth quarter as opposed to the used clothing store. So, again, because of all the problems that's been going on with the clothing store, every day I sit there and contemplate, do I move the stuff back over into my media store? But I mean, it's like every day. One of these days, I'm probably going to I'm afraid I'm going to do it. I'm trying to hold off and just hold out and not do that. But well, I think that's about it. See if anything jumps out at me. Just to kind of give you an example of, like, when I used to get the quality listing report before, I mean, I haven't had it for a couple of years or so. I was the #1 pre-owned hat seller on eBay. Now that I got it back and I check on it, let me download it again just to see. Last time I checked, I'm now 34th. So I went from #1 to number 34 in the pre-owned hat market. Also, the changes I made since then is I moved them to their own store. So then I questioned, well, was that, did I do wrong by that? Or is it just more competition, right? So let me see here. So it looks like I'm still averaging about the same per day as I was back then, which is about 10 a day. Yeah, 11. So it's just more competition. And the competition sells their stuff a lot lower. $3, $4, $5. You know, I'm not going to compete against that. But all right, what did I do? Let me check this and see what pre-owned hats say now. Let's today. It changes every couple of days. Like the boys' hats, I was number 1. Now I'm number 18. I was number 1 just like a week ago on that. That's how drastic that can change. I think this first one is the used hats. So I'm at 54 now. So I dropped back to even. Let me see. Oops. Yeah. I want to make sure. For some reason, they've got it in here as other or everything else, which I don't know why that is, and that's not showing up as pre-owned hats when it's listed under pre-owned hats. So I'm not sure if that has something to do with the ranking also. Like everything else is listed under what it's supposed to be listed under, except for my pre-owned hats, which is calling it everything else. But when you click on it, you see that it's the pre-owned hats. So 54 today, so I dropped another 20 places. So that means I dropped about 20 places on boys' hats too then. Are those numbers you can really trust? I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Let me see if that person left me negative even though I refunded them. No, that's good at least. All right. Well, I'm just going to get back to listing, of course, today. Hopefully I'll get more done than I've been getting done. So, all right. That's it for me. Thanks, everybody. Hope you guys have a good day. And I will see you all in the next video.